Hey guys, so happy Memorial Day. I decided to go back to Blogger, to my old site, Batcave Tech, and update it. So we'll be on Blogger at this site, Batcave Tech, and you'll be able to look at my themes: Gotham City, DC Universe locations, modern post-apocalyptic scenarios, dystopian landscapes, future technology on Earth and other planets. I made up tech devices inspired by books, comics, TV, movies, such as Batman, Blade Runner, all the Fallout video games, Last of Us, all sorts of stuff, X-Files, the Alien movie franchise, and others. A lot of Philip K. Dick stories and movies, Total Recall, and so on. Basically, Batman, science fiction, yeah. Custom Batmobiles, action figures, and dioramas. I mentioned here web shots. I used to be on web shots, but then they went pay only, and I didn't ante up, and so although I downloaded all my pictures, they're on an old hard drive somewhere, and there was no way to really search them, so it's just a bunch of numbers. Yeah, didn't go well. So I went to DeviantArt, I think like 12 years ago. So if you go to DeviantArt under skphile, you'll see a lot of what was on web shots or similar stuff. And of course my YouTube channel, skphile. I try to post at least once here on YouTube a week, and anytime you want to see something, a tutorial, a custom, you have an idea for a project, don't hesitate to put it in the comments. And subscribe so you get your latest notifications when you click the notification icon. So there you go. Batcave Tech is now my domain name on Blogger officially. So you can see I haven't posted in a long time, but I'm going to try to it's been 10 years if you look, from 2009 now to 2019. So there you go. So happy Memorial Day, like I mentioned in my last video. And I remind myself with this little note: freedom isn't free. My father actually died from a World War II injury that caught up to him later in life. And his little memorial I made for Dad. Mom had this little thank you note, and there's what Dad's various insignias. He was in the 304th Medical Air Evacuation Transport Squadron, and he went as far as a non-com could as a staff sergeant. Look how young he is. He's born in their 20s, and he died in his early 70s, falling down the basement stairs. He had his foot had been crushed in a what you call it, air crash, plane crash. A bunch of 50 caliber ammo crates fell and just crushed his ankle, and so he self-medicated. Every day he got out of bed, you could hear him groan, sometimes even yelp, because although they put his ankle back together again, it was never right. It had pieces of bone and everything, and yeah, so he was an inch and a half shorter on that side. And of course the trauma too, the post-traumatic stress, added to his other issues. There's a long history of alcoholism in his family. Also my mom's family, double whammy. So he would drink. He would go to work, come home, drink all weekend. And of course there were tragic consequences for me as the oldest son. But as I've grown older, I've begun to understand more what the poor guy had gone through and how he should have been helped. He had other issues too, but anyway, I miss my father. He had some really interesting war stories of being in Australia. They would fly from Australia to New Guinea especially and pick up injured and also bodies. And so one of those flights that were flying really low, going into New Guinea, and Japanese attacked, and according to him, one of the wings dipped down, hit some trees, and they went down. Kind of a controlled crash landing. And since they were carrying supplies into New Guinea, and they were going to take the wounded out, yeah, when they hit, the 50 cal crates fell on his leg and crushed his ankle. And they were going to amputate, but he said a Chinese surgeon, American obviously, maybe an Australian, I don't know, said he could rebuild him. And of course the lifelong suffering ensued. He got his disability payment was $53 a month. Think about that. Later, when we proved that his injury caused his fall, causing him to hit his head and eventually die of the hematoma, bleeding, the government anteed up. That's another long story, but my mother did get compensated back pay, and it went up from $53 to like $700 or $800 a month, so that helped her out. Anyway, for Arkham City Robin, which is so far the only picture on my Batcave tech blog, in Gotham City, you can see Wayne, old school Wayne Tower right there. I am out.